So if you're an online fitness coach, this is the story framework for your Instagram you want to use to convert more of your followers into paying clients. And this is the exact framework that we're utilizing for the online fitness coaches that we're working with to get results like these two various different coaches that we're working with. So this is the month of January, 532 leads and 143 one clients in 30 days. Well, 31 days. There are 31 days in January. There's other coaches down here. So they're obviously quite similar, but 598 leads. This is directly through their website, right? So they also got a lot of leads through DMs, which is also something we're going to be talking about today. But these were the ones that converted through the website. So this is through the lead form that we have on their website. 145 one clients, right? So this was a couple million Danish crowns in closed deals for both of these guys. So I want to show you the framework, right? So there are a couple different things. You know, if you're beginning your journey as an online fitness coach, or maybe you have multiple hundreds of clients, this is a framework that you can use in any case. The importance here is that you want to vary the type of strategy that you're utilizing. You don't want to do the same thing over and over, because then it gets exhausted and your audience sees right through you. So there's a couple of different ways that you can actually create an organic feel to a story framework that you can utilize so that you can convert more of your followers on a long term into high paying clients. So one of the ways that I see a lot of the online fitness coaches are doing it, right? They are just posting a story, right? So want to get in shape, apply for one-on-one coaching, right? So first of all, there are a couple of different reasons why you don't want to do this. First of all, you don't want to do only one story, right? In 2025, online coaching and personal online fitness coaching is bought because of the personality that you have, and also obviously the skills and like the type of connection that your followers have with you. But they buy your skills, but they first buy your personality, right? Because they can buy online coaching, fitness coaching, they can get a fucking program online, some random, they can even use ChatGPT to get a fitness program or a nutritional plan, right? So you want to really show your personal side on your stories, both on your stories, on your feed. You want to do talking stories, talking reels. You want to showcase your social proof and everything like that. So, you know, that's a whole different video in terms of how you actually create a personal brand, but a personal fitness coaching brand where you do the best of both worlds in terms of being a bit of an influencer, a bit of a personal profile, and a coach at the same time. If you want to learn more about this, go ahead and drop a comment if we should make a video about that. This is specifically for story framework. Well, I'm going to get into it in a second, right? So just want to give you guys a bit of background before we jump into the 3 different frameworks we're going to go through today. But this is exactly what you do not want to do, right? So because there's no context here, right? They just see a story, want to get in shape, apply for one-on-one coaching. Most of you guys who are watching this video would already know this, right? You're like, no shit, Marcus, I know that, right? But there's a different way that you can do a single story post that will actually get you hundreds of interested people, depending on the amount of followers that you have. And I have blurred it because it's actually the 3rd framework of the 3 frameworks I'm going to show today. I'm going to get into that a bit later. So first one here, right? So the way that we generated 598 leads and 532 leads. Obviously, the fitness coaches that we're working with are very high level. They're very educated. They're very good at what they do. They have a very good brand and they have great personalities, right? So I cannot fix a personality for a client that we're working with. They have set personality, but you know, they're implementing the strategies and the frameworks that we are giving them. And this is how they're able to generate this amount of leads. So why do people convert? Why do people take action on you compared to the competitors, right? That is by creating a brand, and you want to build trust. I could have written goodwill here as well, right? You want to build goodwill with your audience. You do this through providing free value, showing your personality, showing early transformations, showing happy clients, showing what you do, showing what the coaching program looks like. Having a common thread through your profile and your website is very important for the branding aspect. This is something that's very subconscious. People don't look at a profile. They might look at a profile, think that's very aesthetic, but aesthetic don't convert, right? But aesthetic might convert in the terms of that your coaching program is very neatly presented. But what we like to do with the branding is that you want to brand the personal aspects of you and your coaching, right? So there's a couple different things here in terms of the content prism or content plan strategy that you want to implement. This is not specifically for the story frameworks. I'm going to get into them in a second, so stick with me here. But we want to have content that's educational, motivational, entertaining, and you want to bring in social proof. If you have these 4 different elements as sort of like key pillars of your content strategy, you're going to do quite all right. So, and we're gonna be making more YouTube videos about these various different strategies, individual pillars, how you can do that, how you can create your own content plan. We're gonna have a bunch of freebies on our website, and you can probably watch a lot of more YouTube videos on our YouTube channel. This is the first YouTube video that we're dropping on Empower Coach, but we will have way more YouTube videos in the past. You can see some different ones in the description down below. Anyway, educational, motivational, entertaining, and social proof. You want to do that both on your feed. That's what all of these arrows are trying to represent. And you want to do it on your stories as well. So the stories is what we're going to go through today. We're going to do a separate video for feed content, how you can actually find great ideas for your videos and how you can create reels that resonate with your audience. But that's not today's video. Today's video is all about stories. So example. First story framework we're going to be talking about today is a transformation journey story framework. Sounds super fancy. It's actually super easy, but we've also done a couple different reels about this on our Instagram profile. Go ahead and follow us on @EmpowerCoach on Instagram to get bite-sized tips and tricks. But the point about a transformation journey story framework is that you do not only want to post a transformation before and after, or the weight loss or a gain in that matter. You actually want to create the journey. Take your followers with you on the journey that your client has been through with you. So the way that you actually do that is that you first want to have a post on your feed, and rather than posting just the before and after, you want to actually go through the various elements of that transformation. So an example here for one of the clients that we're working with. So we have a front picture that shows the transformation. The next image will be the weight loss. The next, so like the weight loss curve, you actually just want to provide more information about the transformation and the journey of your client so that they're actually able to resonate, like your followers are able to resonate with that particular client. And this means that they're able to convert more easily because they see themselves in the before, and they see themselves in the before that they had, right? So here are some of the mental, obviously this is in Danish, I'll translate for you, right? So as a coach, you become very honored to see your clients move so fast and move in this way. No processes or strategies or no journeys are similar. As you can see here, the tools that I share with my clients, they get a very good weight loss that can stick for the rest of their lives. Very bad transformation here, I know. Anyway, you get the point. So the next slide here, I'll just sort of give you sort of like the top level point of these things, right? So the next thing here, I can move myself a little bit. The next thing here is mental successes, right? Throughout the coaching program. So less snacking, it was a mother, so she gained more confidence, she was more active with her kids, she's now listening to her body, etc. Then we have a CTA. Actually, I did this wrong because these ones should have been flipped around. So you want to have the CTA carousel card at the end of your carousel, and you want to have the food before that. Anyway, you get the problem, or you get the point. So we want to showcase what they're eating, their successes, their weight loss graph, maybe a review, a testimonial from them. You can talk a little bit about the journey. You can even make a video yourself and put into some of these cards. The whole point of this is you want to be very creative with how you actually show the transformation instead of just posting before and after. It makes it more likely for some of your followers to actually recognize themselves in that journey. So while I talk about that, this has nothing to do with story. We'll get into that. So, and then you want to have a CTA at the end, right? Send me a message with, send me a DM with the word Power Mom and get a completely non-binding, non-committal call where we can talk about how I can help you, right? So you have posted this, and then you go down to the journey story framework. So this is a different coach, but I had a screen recording of her doing the same thing just for a different client, right? So the point's the same. So first you repost the transformation itself. You do a little introduction. Happy Tuesday. I just shared this journey for this client, Ina, who just ended her coaching program of 6 months. She wanted You want to talk about what her goals were before starting the transformations, how you help them with their coaching during your coaching program, and the benefits that they gained after. We also call this a cross. You can see that here, right? So this was just flipped around. So we call it an XXX checkmark framework as well. Now I just call it a journey story framework. So essentially you want to talk about the client, introduction, just share this image, talk a little bit about that. Then you can talk a little bit about the review that you got from them and the benefits, right? So you front load some of the positive things before you go into the negatives or their challenges before starting their journey with you. Then you want to talk about what did they struggle with before, right? No structure for training, was struggling with balancing job, family life, kids, etc., social life. Training was not prioritized, bad view of herself and self-confidence, and think that it was very difficult to take care of herself, right? And then all of these are videos, right? So all of these are videos, super important. And the next one, you then want to do all of these are story videos, right? Just wanted to make that clear. I'm just going to summarize here, right? Just real quick, because this is very important. I'm super excited about this. So this is something that, if you actually do this on a consistent basis, you will see more clients coming in. So you repost the transformation, you talk about the review, or you talk about their situation, you talk about what they were struggling with before joining your program, then you talk about what they gained from joining your program, right? So you can basically just take the X's or the crosses from before and do them into check marks, what they achieved. You talk about the feeling based, the emotional things that they've gained, and the physical changes that they have gained, right? Maybe they did a PR in something, personal record, or a 1 rep max in deadlift or in squat, or whatever it might be. You want to talk about both the feelings based benefits and also the physical changes that you help them gain, right? Depending on your coaching program, depending on your audience, you know what triggers people to take action. And those are the things you want to focus on. So the next one you want to do at the end is a CTA, and you can do CTAs in 2 different ways. This particular coach did double CTA, and that's totally fine. Some people actually take action on filling out the form on your website, and some people like it a little bit more easy with an emoji on your story, right? So here's do you want to take good care of yourself and reach your goals? Get me as your coach, right? Fill out the contact form on our website and read more about some of the past clients that I have worked with and what I can help you with. You can also click here for more information, and then I will reach out to you, right? So this is a bit of an easier CTA to do. You can either do both, you could do either. And the importance here is just long-term, when you do multiple story frameworks like this, you want to switch it up. Right. At the end, I like to just repost the transformation itself. You can either do that here, right, like this, where you just showcase the first card, or what you can do is you can repost the transformation itself so they can click into it and read more about it, also read the description. So this is the story framework, right? So the transformation journey story framework of how you do first a feed post, and then you do your stories, and then you do CTA at the end. So this builds up trust with your coaching program, because you actually just talk about a specific client that achieved probably the results that other people are looking to achieve as well, and you showcase it from A to C. Basically. First story framework down, let's move on. If you guys have any questions about this, go ahead and drop a comment down below in the comments. I will be more than happy to help you in the comments, or you could go ahead and shoot us a DM at EmpowerCoach on Instagram if you have any question about it. The next framework that we're going to talk about is a 3-step CTA story framework. And the ways you want to implement this into your Instagram profile is actually utilizing it as a natural, organic way to do a CTA, right? So as you can probably see here, there are more than 3 steps. So sometimes it's a 2-step, 3-step, 5-step, 7-step, right? We just call it a 3-step story because you are moving a prospect from just authentic engaging with what you're saying in video over to a CTA. It's basically very storytelling based. This is a storytelling based framework. Basically all of these frameworks are storytelling based, but let me go through it. So relatable situation moves into example of problem, moves into how you helped a client solve it, moves into social proof from a specific client, moves into a CTA. So this is the most common way to utilize a 3-step CTA story framework, because then you are showcasing or talking about an example. A lot of the clients that are coming to me are struggling with their weight, and they have tried a lot of times before but haven't succeeded. Here is my client, Michael, who were struggling before joining my coaching program. What we have talked about, what we have worked on is X, Y, and Z. And this is why my coaching program differentiated from the past things that he had tried. Here are some of the other clients that have also achieved the results that Michael had. If you are in the same position that Michael were before starting, where you had tried, and if you have tried a lot of things without success, go ahead and shoot me a DM, right? So that's essentially the idea. I made an example myself here, right? So one of the most common issues people have when they come to me is cravings. They've tried to be on a diet and lose weight, but nothing ever works. The food is something they struggle with and have a bad relationship with, right? So this is basically a video where you want to call out the audience, weight loss being your worst enemy, question mark. You're not alone, right? So people are like, okay, interesting. Weight loss feels like my worst enemy, right? You want to trigger some of the emotional feelings that your target audience has and talk specifically to them, right? So weight loss being your worst enemy. Then it's like, that's exactly, so I'm talking a little bit about that, right? So a lot of the clients coming to me, they're struggling with cravings, they're struggling with food, they don't really know what to do, they have tried to go down in weight 10 times before, nothing works, blah, 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 right? Then I talk about my philosophy, what I help my clients with, right? That's exactly what I focus on in my coaching. Not starving on a 1,200 calorie diet or suffering just to be ready for summer. Instead, it's about understanding food and how your body responds so you can get lasting results without the struggle, blah, 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 right? In a video, you talk about that. Next step, then we have the example of problem and social proof down to this one, right? So you can, sort of like mix and match the various things. I've probably said it 10 times in this video so far, but you wanna mix and match these story frameworks and how you do them, because that's how you're actually gonna get the best results long term. So take Michael, for example. So I took a client, right? This is obviously a fake client, but I took a screenshot. So you wanna take a screenshot of a message that your client has sent, a check-in, maybe a testimonial, maybe a review, something like that. That is social proof. That is proof that the way that you coach works. Take Michael, for example. After just 8 weeks in my coaching program, he told me that his life had completely transformed. For the first time, he's seeing real results without suffering, eating boring food, or working out 7 times per week. So you want to utilize some of the pain points or objections that your target audience usually has when you're talking with them on the phone, when they send you a DM, right? So it's like, I don't want to work out 7 times per week. I don't want to eat boring food. I don't want to eat salad. I have tried 10 times. It doesn't work. My body is different than everybody else, right? Okay, Chanel, right? Your body is different than everybody else's. No, but you want to talk about some of the classic objections and pain points that your target audience has in this one, right? And then you have social proof that your stuff works. So this is just something I made up, but you want to take a screenshot of a message or a check-in that you got from your client. Next one, you want to have either a video or just an image where you showcase other clients. This could be transformations, this could be reviews, this could be check-in messages. You want to just showcase other clients that are getting the same results. You can also make a video and then just stack them at the bottom. Feel free to play around with what works best for you. And there's like, Michael is not the only one feeling the effect of proper nutrition. Check out these other messages I got just this week, focusing on real food that matches what your body needs makes a world of a difference. And then at the end, you want to do a CTA. If you're in the same position as Michael and the other clients from the previous stories, and you want a method that fits the core foundation of your body's needs, and if you have tried to get in shape before, and if you feel like nothing you're doing is working, and if you are struggling with X, Y, and Z, then send me a message and I can give you a free nutrition diagnostics and some free tips and help. So this is one way to do the CTA. And this is something I just wanted a bit of a side note. You can do the CTAs in many different ways. Again, just like we had the story framework here, CTAs, mix them up, right? So for this one, I did free tips, right? So they send me a DM. I maybe have a freebie, a little guide, maybe something like that I can give to them. And then in a couple of weeks, I can follow up again, right? So I plant the seed that will sprout, I suppose it's called, in a couple of weeks, and then I can follow up with their current situation and then sell them in on my online coaching, right? Or you can do a direct CTA to your website. You can do a direct CTA to send me a DM for more information about my coaching, how I can help you, etc. And for the 3-step CTA story framework, you can also do it a lot of times just without the CTA at the end, right? So this is how you build goodwill. You just showcase an example. You showcase how you do it with your coaching, how you fix that problem or that challenge in your coaching. You showcase clients that actually got the results with your coaching, with your solution, with your method, and then not a CTA. just pure goodwill, just pure warming up your followers long term to then, if you have a campaign, if you have an offer, whatever, do a CTA at a later point. And if you're still watching, thank you so much, appreciate that. I know I am a person who can talk a lot, but we'll move into the last framework, and that is what I started with. So now we had the story framework in terms of showing a transformation. We had the 3-step story framework that you can include a CTA with or not. And then we had the way that I would do this instead, and we've done it a lot of times, where you can sometimes 3 or 4x the amount of views you get on your story. And that is, and that is a reset plus CTA on platform framework. So how do you do that? You basically post the same thing I did before. So first of all, you reset your stories. You post nothing for 24 hours straight. Your stories are dead, right? There is no live stories. And then you post one image where you keep the CTA on platform, because Instagram likes this. So it's very good for your algorithm to keep them on platform. And you do that, for example, want to build a big bag before summer, DM me back to get my free bag program, right? So you want to give them, you can do this with a straight CTA as well. So you could have shown a transformation. Do you want, just like Thomas, to get in shape? He lost 15 kilos in 4 months. Do you also want to get in shape before summer? DM me summer, for example. And then it's just a straight CTA where you can try to convert them through DMs. If you want our closer framework where you can close clients through DMs, go ahead and comment that down below, closer framework, and we'll make a video about that. The thing about this is that you reset your algorithm on your stories in a good way, and people are engaging with your story. So when people are engaging with your story, this is also a common thing you want to focus on in general on your stories. But when people are engaging with your story, that is something that Instagram likes. So they will prompt your story to more of your followers, right? So this actually means that you can 3, 4, 5x the amount of views that you get on your story compared to your normal story count views. So this works really well for like that one CTA on a Sunday where people are just sitting on their couch and watching stories, or if you have a campaign that you're launching, maybe the launch of the campaign is actually just this, or you just made a new guide and then you can send that to people, and then in a couple of weeks you could follow up with them and try to convert them at that point. So if you guys have any questions, this was a lot of things at once, but these are 3 different story frameworks that you can use to convert more of your followers into paying clients and get more engagement on your Instagram account. Hope you guys love this video. If you want more tips and tricks and strategies for online fitness coaches and how you can grow your business, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and follow us at Empower Coach on Instagram. And I hope you guys have a great day.